Hello again, and thank you for watching the Garrett's update. I feel like I always again start with an apology. Just me for this time. We've tried so hard to get the kids, but it's all a bit too mental at the moment. And again, I feel people are so good at having beautiful backgrounds nowadays, and I've got some dodgy old cabinet and a window. But that's because the building is too busy and full, so that's great. But it means I'm stuck in this little corner to give you the update of what's going on with the Garretts and what's going on with YWAM CMIL. But again, thank you so much for journeying with us, for praying for us, for giving to us, for checking in with us. You are a blessing. You are super appreciated. So why don't we get started? I'll kick off with sharing how the hiking retreats went. We had 2 hiking retreats over the summer and they were both fantastic. So we had, I believe, 10 people total from all over the world, some from within YWAM, some from local church, some from church in Belgium, in Lithuania, in Latvia, all sorts of places with all sorts of people from all sorts of backgrounds and journeys with Jesus. And it was a wonderful time of encounter with people at the end of these times saying they felt peace that they've never felt before, a rest that they've never felt before, whilst having tools to take back with them. We had one man, an incredible godly man who had had a bad accident not too long ago. And we were at the top of a mountain setting up our tents, and we said, all right, the weather's not great, but we'll have a bit of time together and then call it a night. So we called it a night, and we didn't realize that he, during that time, had a major panic attack before he went into the tent. So much so that he had to go and sit under a boulder and breathe. And you'd think, oh my goodness, what a disaster, and I wish we had known about this. But he sat under this boulder from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., which is utterly wild. And we checked in with him in the morning and had a bit of debrief, and he said, I think it's been one of the best encounters with Jesus I've ever had. And he wonders whether he'll have panic attacks ever again, or at least if he does, this experience was so visceral to bring back to mind that walking through those panic attacks and letting God meet him in those moments is going to be easier than ever. So from a panic attack to one of the best 3-4 hour encounters with Jesus he's ever had, on the top of a mountain in a cloud, with the clouds breaking just in time for him to see a lighthouse about 20 miles away. So each person had their own incredible encounters, but the retreat was a great success. So thank you for your prayers. I find such life in taking people into the mountains and facilitating encounters with God. So thanks for your prayers. That was a great success. Discipleship training schools, they're our bread and butter, and Youth with a Mission CMIL is longing to grow and become better and better at running them. So in 3 days for me, on the 18th, we kick off our September discipleship training school. And as a leadership team, me and Andrea, we are so blessed because we're now mentoring and walking alongside the leaders who are facilitating this. And we have the most quality leaders. God has blessed us so thoroughly with incredible leaders for these discipleship training schools. So it's a privilege to see them walking out their calling and to see this coming discipleship training school blessed through it. My role over these coming months will be walking alongside the leaders and maybe a teaching here and there, maybe a pastoral visit once they're on their major outreach, but certainly not in the day-to-day. But it's going to be great to have a group of young people coming here again to be ministered to be equipped, and to be sent out into the spheres. And we have 7 new staff joining over the next few months. 2 have already arrived, 1 from Canada, 1 from Mexico. Then we have a few from America and one from Australia, one from the Netherlands. We've got people coming from here, there, and everywhere to come and join the mission. And again, quality people coming. We've upped our process of accepting staff. We've made it a lot more strict because as a mission we want to be not broad and making limited impact, but we want to be narrower in terms of we know what God's called us to, we know who we are, and will you join us in this? And each one of these 7 people have said yes to that and believe that they're called to what we're doing as a mission. So we're excited to have them all here. Looking forward to seeing how they impact Scotland and the nations and help us start new schools here, which is a great blessing. I am official project manager, which for those of you that know me very well, might be a terrifying thought. I'm quite terrified myself, but I figure what better way to talk about the roof and God's provision and an opportunity for you to partner with us than showing it to you. So why don't we go there? Hello! So, as you can see, I am up on some scaffolding at the top of our roof and it is happening. We are doing up the final third of our roof and I don't know if you can even see on here, but I mean, that's a bird's nest. Everything is old and leaking, so man is it needed. We started the project when we had 75,000 of the 85 that we needed. We're up to about 78 now, so we're still needing a fair few thousand to see it all completed, but we are believing that that's coming in. So this is another opportunity if you would like to give, not just to a roof, but we believe that this project is making rooms for more stories. So we've got a bunch of rooms that we're going to get claimed back because the roof is fixed, and they will be filled fast and filled with people who come here for restoration, filled with people who come here to be equipped and sent out into the nations, filled with people coming to stay and get away, filled with all sorts of people. But we're believing that in fixing this up, we're making some more rooms for many more stories, for many more generations of Seamill. And after this, the final third to be done. So if you'd like to be a part of that, please do click on the link and give via PayPal. If you're based in the UK, you can also give through stewardship, which means we get some of the tax back. But yep, it's a big project to be overseeing, but hopefully by the end of October this is all done and all sorted, and I can take another video up here with it fully completed. So alright, back downstairs, let's go. And we're back. Man, what incredible editing, my goodness. It takes me back to my 15-year-old self. Alright, so what else is going on? So we've got the School of Staff and Ministry Development, which is a 2-year-long program, an incredible program. But with the leader of that having an awful lot going on as well, I'm now coming alongside to co-lead with him. This is 2 times a week of input and then journeying with individuals to see them walking out greater depth and rhythms with Jesus, but also to see them walking out with greater clarity their calling and seeing their ministry thrive. So looking forward to that, but another area to pray for me as, it's a decent amount of stuff going on, but it's a great opportunity. And the wonderful topic of my health, I've been for a fair few more scans and camera in my stomach, which was a very surreal situation, and I'm going for another test next week, but health is still not quite there, so I really appreciate your prayers for that. Would love to be back up to 100%, as there's an awful lot going on and an awful lot of things that I can't just drop. In terms of family, so Isaiah is now 1. We had his dedication just a couple of weeks ago, which was a joy to celebrate with the community and to proclaim that he is the Lord's. So that was a wonderful time. And as for Faith, she started school, nursery, which is pretty terrifying, but she loves it. She goes into school and more often than not doesn't look back. So our heart slowly breaks as she does that, but she's growing up fast. The fun of family. For those of you living in the UK, we are hoping to book tickets soon to be down south this November. So we would love to touch base with as many of you as possible. Have some coffees, have some breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever is good for you. We would love to check in and tell you all about what God's doing in Scotland and through YWAM. So let us know if you've got some time. We'll be reaching out pretty soon as well. But as for now, we bless you and we thank you again for journeying with us. If you would like to give towards what God's doing here and to the Garretts, as everything we do is through partners like yourselves, then there's some links on the page as well. All right. Bless you and thanks again. Bye.